My weird job presents me on occasion with weird opportunities. Opportunities I mostly don't take, but I'm trying to take more of. Not those. Enter an email asking me if I'd be interested in a 3-night stay at a cute little hotel in Portland, Oregon in exchange for a video shoutout of some kind. So I went to Portland for the first time, and then I made this video you're watching. Scene. We begin in a boba joint in Seattle's International District that is playing Five Nights at Freddy's live streams as I wait for my train. I love riding the train. So fun. Even though the overhead speaker was brutally loud, I took the time to prep for a charity stream I'd be doing with my sister the following weekend. The view out my window grew more and more dilapidated as I traveled further south through Washington, lots of intermodal containers, lots of lakes. Then I was in Oregon. Here's the hotel, the inn at Northrop Station, located at the address I am flashing on screen. Located in a great location with immediate access to a streetcar. It's got the same design sensibilities of like circa 2003 Food Network programming, so I found it warm and familiar. The room was fully stocked. Balcony, huge-ass bed with embroidered pillows. I got some writing done at this desk, a full kitchen, stove, oven, big fridge, pots, pans, microwave, what the hell? They even folded the toilet paper into a triangle. And not one, but 2 TVs, which means I could watch 2 Guy Fieri's at once. Hotels are like the only place I have access to cable television anymore. After getting settled into the room, I debriefed with the 2 lovely humans who facilitated this trip on some cool places in the area. Look at this, they printed out a whole list and superimposed a picture of their cat. From there, I met my friend Dice in person for the first time. You may know him as the sole developer on 2013's Gollum game.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Here it fucking
Here it comes.
Everybody raise your hand like it's a roller coaster.
So guess what?
That's his theme song.
Something about a golem watching another golem die on the screen. Like, damn.
That's not actually true. Oh my god, I don't know what it was, but the city streets had me shivering like fucking crazy. I'm so sorry about this footage. Then we made our way to see 2008's Tokyo Gore Police at Portland, Oregon's famous Hollywood Theater.
But maybe not in this. I have no fucking clue. Do you know?
I have no idea. What do we have? What do we got? Oh, of course.
Duck.
Will you shut up? Say yes.
1933, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Huge old theater. Huge turnout, good crowd, good movie.
Oh my god, look at the spread. Look at the spread. They don't want you to know about the LCD sound system with the bangers and mash. Perfectly gray, perfectly brown sausage.
Few things I love more than driving around at night in someone's passenger seat. Fellow passenger princesses, let's take a moment today to thank the driving friends in our lives.
This is Crystal Ballroom, this spot right here. This is like, the last show I went there was probably, I saw The Garden play with Machine Girl.
Okay.
It was all ages. And
Yes.
Every teenager was
Yes.
wearing like
Juggalo, yes.
You would know out here, it's like It's so fucking funny. Like, the pants are enormous.
Here's a weird one. A friend of a friend insisted I seek out this 24-hour dessert vending machine, but we didn't do it right and got nothing. Not my scene anyway. I'm much more into this Source Engine lockout situation Dice's band rehearses in. Cannot imagine what it sounds like to play music in a shipping container covered with plywood.
I can smell literally every single material that is making up this unit.
Day 2 complimentary continental breakfast. Quintessential, classic, cereal and a bagel and cranberry juice. Let's check in briefly on how things are going back home. This day wasn't that eventful where the viewer is concerned. It was great for me. I got groceries.
Been asking this question for 20 goddamn years.
We went to a bunch of music stores and didn't buy anything and spent the evening at a bar for hours and hours under a heat lamp talking shit. That's me time. I did have some incredibly good taco truck tacos though, and we went to Movie Madness, Scarecrow Video's surrogate younger brother.
Some of you might be wondering if the madness is required from the movies, but in fact I've been informed that the only thing that's required is that you have a good time.
This place feels more like the kind of video store I grew up with. It's got the wire racks, man.
You know, what I heard is that this room used to be part of the larger park.
The hills have size.
I was surprised by how many film props they had. Scarecrow doesn't have anything like that.
I love how many of these say actual. This is the actual bar of soap that was held by Brad Pitt in the publicity campaign.
I recently went to Seattle's Museum of Popular Culture, and it struck me I actually don't really find it that special seeing real film props in person. I felt similar here, but they had Faye Dunaway's dress from Bonnie and Clyde, and more important, they have the Movie Madness shirt from Hazel's Portland vlog. Wearing a shirt from a place you live in the place you live feels a little corny for some reason, but this shirt is from out of state. See, guys, this is a shirt I bought in another state. I went to another state. Say goodbye to Dice, everybody. It's a Sunday and he's a working man. Once I was back at the hotel room, before immediately crashing out, I tasted the Holy Ambrosia, Woodstock brand canned banana water. This shit is so good. Seattle, get on this. If the fucking Kickstarter straight edge hardcore show canned water can make it into every single corner store and supermarket, so can Woodstock brand canned banana water. Pokemon Sleep Sneasel. Good way to start day 3, final full day in the city. Time for what you've been waiting for. Wandering around a bunch of stores and sometimes making purchases. Enter Lloyd Center Mall. Peak dead mall, people told me. And holy shit, I was not prepared. Let me walk you through my experience. Through the entrance was a Barnes & Noble. You don't need me to show you what a Barnes & Noble looks like. Holy shit, I actually didn't know this. This is that thing you people like, right? Well, you're in luck. I bought the first Astro Boy omnibus. I forgot what shirt I was wearing. Totally wore the band's merch to their show. Shameful. This story is merely a diversion because stepping out into the rest of the mall exploded my brain into a million pieces. This ultra elaborate skylight situation is sick. There's an ice skating rink in the center of it, spiral stairs, it's 3 stories tall, and it is so empty. Likely because it was a Monday, many of these stores that were, scare quotes, operational were closed, which tragically meant I couldn't donate any of my blood, but it gave me lots of opportunities to peer into these sad little stores full of AliExpress Sonic plushes and educational magic proven to help kids improve. Until a security guard asked me to get a filming permit, to which I promptly said, you know, I've had my fill of the Lloyd Center Mall. It wasn't all derelict though. I don't know what you call this kind of store that like every remaining mall has at least 2 of that are themed around anime, video games, and trading cards, but really only sell the associated memorabilia. Gambits, games, and anime is a cute one of these. Look at all these gloomy bears. I swear I didn't see these guys around anywhere until I bought mine. I guess it shouldn't surprise me too much given we're now fully in the 2000s revival era. These were, after all, a staple of scene girl bedrooms around the time I was coming of age. That was part of why I bought mine. I never got to own one growing up. Welcome to the family, Hanyo Usagi. Did not expect to find Floating World comics here. They had a bunch of old Garo and Comic Q issues. I picked up this one because it has a one-shot by Yoshiyuki Sadamoto and his wife that I like. Junko Mizuno checkpoint. Jesus Christ, okay. Say goodbye to the Lloyd Center Mall. I'm off to Top of the Line Games, a retro game store that happened to be the closest to the area in which I was staying. I gotta be honest, I mostly went there to have something else to talk about that was a little bit more relevant to my audience. I almost declined the offer to stay at the inn at Northrop Station because I wasn't sure if I would even find enough to talk about in the city. Imagine if this vlog was just like, yep, I wrote one of my anime YouTube videos in a hotel room and hung out with my friend who does not make anime YouTube videos, and fuck! I just realized I barely missed the unofficial Game Grumps drag show! Sorry everyone. I should have scheduled around that. I dropped the ball. I liked Top of the Line. Kind of a modest feel to it, not super heavily curated like some of the similar stores in Seattle, so I guess it was a little nostalgic. And it's cool to see a retro game store prioritizing console accessories, like hey, here's a bunch of Nintendo Wii remote battery backings. At the entrance, they had these little gachapon dispensers full of mystery cartridges, so of course I had to grab one. We got the Penguins of Madagascar. I'm never going to play this video game, even for the bit. Never once in my life. Because I would get 10 trillion comments if I didn't go there. Powell's. But first, dinner, sizzle pie, located right across from it. Pizza itself was fine, but they had one named Buffalo 666.
Honey, just calm down, all right?
Which made me DiCaprio point, and right when I was about done, they started bumping legendary Japanese screamo band The Cavs. Like, what the fuck? Shouts out to my friend Rodrigo for the recommendation.
Sonic Run to www.bandcamp.com and keep this or your...
Oh, I actually didn't get a lot of footage of Powell's, huh? I mean, I'm sure you know what it looks like. Portland's got like this, the Rose Garden, fucking Voodoo Donuts, Tony Hawk Pro Skater level, and this joint. You know, Powell's would probably make a good Tony Hawk Pro Skater level too, actually. It's got IKEA level design. Here's a tip to you motherfuckers. Most of their stock is new, but I got the sense their secondhand stuff is priced based on the MSRP, which means they are not pricing their manga around the evil speculative market, which means I got a copy of AX Alternative Manga for $20 and not. Welcome back to the Annie Bucatini Show. I'm your host, Annie Bucatini. These are my friends, Sleeping Cleffa. Today I'm going to be making a quick little pasta dish that you can make at home very easy. You know, if you're a college student, really poor. How many of these did I just spill on the fucking floor? God damn it, man. Off the record, if we rinse them, they're still fine. And just like that, it was time to say goodbye to the inn at Northrop Station and Portland, Oregon. To further prepare for the aforementioned charity stream, I spent the trip getting the hang of Poke Radar chaining for shiny Pokemon. Women find me very attractive. This is a mechanic I've known about since like 2008, but this is the first time I ever did it successfully, which was pretty gratifying. You know, I used to not really think much about Shinx, but it occurred to me recently that he's got Tezuka design sensibilities, doesn't he? It's like he goes from being a Tezuka character to a Go Nagai character or something. thing. So here is Adam and Uran and Rock for May. I don't know, maybe I just have Tezuka on the brain. A while back I picked up this DVD with some random episodes from the 1980 Astro Boy series. Seriously cracked out cartoon. Anyway, what did I think of Portland? Because my opinion is of relevant interest. Even the most basic observation of an American city will inevitably be in conversation with something really divisive among the people who actually live there, or plays into preconceptions held by people who have never stepped foot there that you never could have predicted. I'll make mine. You know, there was a lot less feces on the street than in Seattle. Perhaps Seattleites will cry, hey man, fuck you. That's not just street shit, it's our street shit. Fucking transplants. Can't say they're wrong, I guess. And I guess there's a part of me that also feels connected to the street shit all over the city. Maybe I even felt like Portland was missing something without it. I don't know, it didn't really feel too different from home. Everything was a little bit less expensive. I liked being there a lot for the 3 short days I was there. Not exactly enough time to make any sort of meaningful statements beyond I want to go back soon. The nuances that make these places perceptibly different are lost on me, so feel free to mock my naivete. Just know your judgment means nothing to me unless you're rocking the Sasuke Uchiha GameStop clearance section t-shirt. For anyone wondering, those Pokemon charity streams were a success. Across 2 days, we raised $2,000 for the ACS and also caught 1,000 entire Pokemon.
I've never heard that.
There it is.
Holy shit.
All right, chat, get ready.
Sparkling grass.
There she is.
Hi,
Yay.
Benny.
And it's a girl.
Oh my god. Fuck off! Holy shit! Ah! Wow! Ah! Piccolo!
Let's go! Holy shit!
I slept like the dead both nights, and it wasn't just because of the Benadryl stretch goal. I'm recording this the day after. Listen to me, I have smoker voice. I have MILF voice. Streaming is hard work. And speaking of, 28 years old, and I finally got my first urinary tract infection. Woo! So my advice to anyone with aspirations to take a trip to Portland is thricefold. Drink a lot of water, stay at the inn at Northrop Station, and tell them Hazel sent you. Seriously, thanks a million to the inn at Northrop Station for giving me this opportunity. I had a very special time. As I get older and people in my life come and go, it only becomes more imperative to me to close the URL to IRL gap with online friends while I can. So I'm grateful this allowed me to meet up with Dice. Enterprising hotel owners or employees across the broader Pacific Northwest looking for a plug? Hit my fucking line, I'll be there!
Smoky Lizard Golem Pack.